What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, we're coming back to Babymetal. Yes, indeed. Babymetal fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Kawaii Texan, and Kawaii Texan wanted to see me react to this. It is Babymetal with a tune called Over the Future.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
Why do you always have to say it that way?
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, hold it right there, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Andy Rethmeyer, okay? And the video has 523,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Babymetal Over the Future. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this!
Uh-oh, this looks like fan cam. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not fan cam. Okay, so this is early Babymetal, right? This is like super early. The band is still wearing the costumes, the skeleton costumes. So this is early, like infancy Babymetal. Okay. It's all right. I mean, I'm not blown away by it. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's got a nice feel to it. It's got nice energy to it. It's got the drive. It's got the energy. The chord progression makes sense. I'm not super impressed with the songwriting. But it's conducive. It sounds good. It feels good within itself and within the context of itself. The delivery is being done well in a live setting. Everything sounds good. I got no issue with it. I got no problem with it. I'm just not going to sit here and pretend like I'm being blown away by it, though. You know, I've seen other things that Babymetal have done that have blown me away. And comparatively this to those other things, it's not even on the same level, guys. It's just not. Like, if you were to take, look at the video reaction I did for The One. Or even better, look at the video reaction I did for Road of Resistance. And I want you to compare it to this, okay? Now, I know before everybody gets all butthurt and bent out of shape, and they go, well, this is in their infancy. This is when they were just starting out. I had the exact same problem with The Warning, okay? People asking me to react to early videos after I had already had my mind blown by some of the stuff they did later. Am I going to be tougher? Am I going to be harsher on the earlier stuff? Of course I'm going to be. Because if you compare the two, I'm sorry, but there's just no comparison. Here's what they look like now compared to what they look like back then. This is going to have the exact same thing happen here. I'm looking at this, which was granted back then, and I'm sorry, but it's here comparatively to what I've seen from them later on, like, for example, Road of Resistance and The One, where they were up here. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is just as good. I'm not going to do that, okay? For what it is, it looks good. Sure. Does it look as good as the stuff that I was really impressed by? No, it doesn't. So it's not going to be judged and given the same score as the stuff I was blown away by. It's just not. Because it doesn't even compare. There's no comparison to be had. So is this going to get a lower score? More than likely, yes. That's just the nature of the beast. Yes, there's an evolution. Yes, there's growth over time. Absolutely. But at the same time, you're asking me to compare what happened at this point in time compared to what's happening at this point in time. And folks, I'm sorry. This is going to blow this out of the water every single time. I'm sorry. That's just going to happen. That's the nature of the beast. So, is it good? Yes. Is it really good? Maybe. Possibly. Is this great? I wouldn't go that far yet. Now, granted, we still have 2:18 to go. We still have over 2 minutes left. My mind might be changed. We'll see. But as it stands right now, no, it's not great. Let's keep going. Oh, Sue joined in. Okay. Okay. No, I'm gonna save it all for the review. I'm gonna save everything for the review. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Babymetal with Over the Future. This was a request from Kawaii Texan. Okay, oh man, Babymetal fans, brace yourselves. I don't know how this is gonna go over. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Look, and like I've always said, guys, if you guys want to disagree with me, you're more than welcome to disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. I got no problem with people disagreeing with me, okay? If you're gonna want to go in the comments, say, you know what, you disagree with me and give me your reasonings why, I got no problem with that. Please feel free to do that. I got no issue with that whatsoever. As long as we can stay respectful, and as long as we can keep the name calling out of it, and the insults out of it, and, you know, hasn't happened with Babymetal fans yet, but it's happened with other bands. As long as we can keep the threats of violence out of it, I got no issue with that at all. You guys can feel free to say whatever you want. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in freedom of speech, but understand that along with freedom of speech comes accountability. So if you're gonna say something, you better be prepared, you know, to deal with the consequences. So, yeah, I got, like I said, I got no issue with people disagreeing with me. Feel free to disagree, fine. But let's keep it respectful, okay? Having said that, let's get to the score. Oh boy. On a scale of 1 to 10, believe it or not, I'm gonna give that a 7.2. Yep, 7.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.2. What does that mean? Well, a 7.2 would equate out to a really good skill rating, so I actually think this was a really good performance and song and video overall. It would also equate out to 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.2, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? Haha, so glad you asked. Okay, listen. There are just some inescapable truths, okay? One of the biggest inescapable truths when it comes to music is there are going to be songs that are better than others. There are going to be performances that are better than others, okay? That is an absolute inescapable truth. That is fact.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Now, I know there's going to be people out there. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not naming names. But there are going to be people out there whose favorite band, in their eyes, can do absolutely no wrong. Every single song is a 10. Every single song is perfect. And they're all equal. They are absolutely fooling themselves, okay? There are songs that are going to be up here. There are going to be songs that are going to be up here. There are going to be songs that are going to be up here, and there's going to be songs going to be here, and there's going to be songs over here, and da-da-da-da-da-da. There is absolutely no denying this, okay? I'm going to use one of my favorite bands as an example. I'm going to use Kiss, okay? There are going to be, and I'm not even talking songs, I'm talking entire albums, okay? There are going to be albums that are up here, like Destroyer, like Rock and Roll Over, like Revenge, like, I don't know, how about Dress to Kill? Well, actually, no. I would actually put Dress to Kill about here. Dress to Kill would be here. Love Gun would be here. Hotter Than Hell would be here. Then you get down here, you get their debut album, Kiss. You can put that right about here. And you could put, I don't know, how about Hot in the Shade? We'll put that there. Yeah, sure, why not? And then you're gonna go all the way down to the bottom of the barrel where you're gonna find Dynasty and you're gonna find Unmasked. And I hate to say it, but you're gonna find Music from the Elder down there too. You know, and then you go like a step above and you might find albums like, I don't know, Asylum or Animalize, you know, down there somewhere. You know, you're gonna find albums that are gonna be better than others. And then within those albums, you're gonna have songs that are better than others, okay? The worst album I think Kiss ever recorded, Unmasked. right? Okay, actually, no, never mind. We're not going to use that album. There's not a single good song on that album. Never mind. Let's look at Dynasty, okay? Now, are there any good songs on Dynasty? Charisma's not... Oh, actually, I take that back. Charisma's pretty bad. Sure Knows Something is kind of catchy, sort of. Actually, you know what? Dynasty is a terrible example. Never mind. Okay, how about this? Music from the Elder. Were there any good songs on Music from the Elder? There's a couple. There's a couple. The Escape, I think, was a really good instrumental. Ace Frehley wrote that one, oddly enough. Let's see, what else on this album was good? World Without Heroes, a little weird for Kiss, but it's actually a pretty good song. I like the fact they used the vibes. They had a vibe solo mixed in with the guitar solo. I thought that was kind of cool. A little bit different. Rest of the album, I mean, The Oath is a good rockin' tune. It's a good song opener, a good album opener. It's catchy. It's catchy. I see why that was probably, well, actually, it wasn't the biggest hit. I think the biggest hit was World Without Heroes. But off of that album, I was like the next biggest hit. It got some push. It got some radio play from the record company. But that's about it. The rest of the album, honestly, was cringe. Yeah, but you're going to have songs that are going to be stronger than others. You're going to have albums that are stronger than others. So all those people who are just blindly devoted and believe that every single song deserves a 10, you're not being objective. You're not looking at the songs for what they truly are. So I can't even deal with those people. They're not, honestly, they're not worth my time. They're not worth debating with. They're not worth having a discussion with, because they are just blindly devoted to their favorite band who they're absolutely obsessed with. I can't deal with those people. I'm talking to the people who are open-minded, who are able to look at their favorite band objectively and look at what they do and go, okay, this is better than this, which is better than this, which is better than this, which is better than this. I'm talking to those people, the actual people who are able to discern and be able to separate, things from being subjective to being objective. Let's look at this song and let's look at this performance objectively, okay? Song-wise, does it hold up to everything else that we've seen from Babymetal on the channel? It does hold up, yes. It absolutely does hold up. I'm not putting it down the negatives. It's in the positives. And believe it or not, I'm putting it up in the really goods. We were down, I'm not gonna lie, folks, when we got to that halfway point where I paused, I was hovering in the high sixes. I was. It did come up a little bit, mostly because of that breakdown section where all the instrumentalists got to have a little bit of a solo and show off their ability and show off their technique. That was nice. I liked that. The energy level, I feel like the energy level did come up slightly once Sue came into the picture. I did feel a sudden, it was a small surge, but I did feel a small surge in the delivery, and it felt good, it felt nice. As far as the stage show goes, I mean, I understand it's in its infancy, folks. I get it. I understand it. This is when they were younger. This is when they were just starting out. I absolutely understand that. But there is no denying the reality that Road of Resistance exists. It does exist. Don't ask me to look at this and go, oh, that stuff doesn't exist yet. It doesn't matter if it didn't exist yet. It exists now, which is what I'm being asked to compare this to. So here's Over the Future here. Here is the one, and here is Road of Resistance up here. There's a very clear difference between the two. So don't ask me to give this the same score as I gave that. That just ain't gonna happen, okay? Now, having said that, what they did, it looked good. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say it looked really good. The choreography looked tight. The production looked tight. I like the fact how they had Sue with that staggered entrance, giving Yui and Moa a chance to have a little bit of a spotlight at the beginning. It looked good. The staggered entrance was nice. Coming down the stairs was nice. Good design. The lighting was well done. Those costumes are cheesy as hell on the musicians. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. But I get it. I get it. They want the focus to be on the girls. So let's put the guys in the band in costumes that all look the same, so they have no identity. I understand that's That's what they were thinking back then, and unfortunately, that's what they're thinking now. You know, it's funny how not Babymetal, but it's funny how Babymetal's production team thought, and the managers thought it was a good idea to take away those costumes and give the band an identity. I loved that, and then they took it away, and it's like, okay, so we had no identity, then they had an identity, and the identity became popular, and their popularity was growing and growing and growing. Maybe to the point where it was taking away from the girls. So now we gotta put them back in costumes again and masks and take away their identity. And they come back down here again. It's funny how we had that bell curve happen with the band's popularity. I hate that, man. I really do. If you're gonna have a backing band, don't make them do that, man. Give them identity. Unless you're afraid of the band becoming more popular and getting all the focus rather than the girls, well then do what you gotta do, I guess. But as far as the overall delivery on this video, I think it holds up. I think it definitely stands up to everything else that Babymetal has done. Maybe not as impressively as like Road of Resistance, but it still holds up. We're still in the positives. And that's what I really want Babymetal fans to understand, is that I'm not saying that this is garbage. I'm not saying that, okay? What I am saying is, looking at this objectively and comparing it to other things I've seen on the channel, does it stand up? It holds up, yes, but it's not here like I've seen other things from Babymetal and what they are capable of doing. So there's that, okay? That's the main reason I'm giving it a 7.2. It looked good. I'm saying right now, prior to the pause, we were at about a 6.7, 6.8. After the pause, things got a little more energetic. Things got a little more impressive. We got to see the musicians have their little spotlights. And it was funny because coinciding with the little musician spotlights, the girls got a little bit of a spotlight too. And I thought that was really nice. It was well designed and well thought out. And taking everything into account, we ended up coming up to a 7.2. So there it is. Now, if people are going to be upset about that, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you at that point. You're going to be upset with what I say? Fine, be upset. But if you're going to be upset about it, ask yourself this. Why are you upset? Ask yourself that question, okay? And before anybody even thinks about going in the comments and saying, well, you got to remember that this is when they were younger and this is when they were just starting out. So what? You're asking me to react to something that happened, 20 years ago. Okay, fine. Or, 15 years ago, whatever, and compare it to what's happening now. Of course there's a difference. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a difference. There should be a difference. But because of that difference, we have this gap, I'm sorry. It's reality, okay? So don't even think about saying, you need to take their age into consideration. No, I don't. I don't need to take their age into consideration. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with this? Nothing. They're professional musicians. They're professional performers. Yeah, they're just starting out, but I'm going to hold them to the same standard as I'm going to hold everything else. So,
and that, my friends, is called integrity.
So there you go. That's why I came to the 7.2. That's where we're at, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.2, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.